Hi, my name is Geneva Long, CEO of Bowlus, and we're going to do a walkthrough today of the 2025 dealer demo rivet that we have available. We'll get started on the outside and work our way inside. Let's get started. So let's get started on some background on the rivet in general. The Bowlus Rivet epitomizes rugged adventure camping that this country is known for. Freedom to camp anywhere is possible with this Bowlus. There's a over-specced power management system with yacht-quality lithium, 8 kilowatt hours, and solar power generation that allows indefinite time off-grid. There is a 3-inch lift kit for added off-road clearance with all-terrain tires. The Rivet has a GVWR of 3,500 pounds, which makes it the easiest to drive full-size towable ever. You already likely have a vehicle that can tow the Rivet. And with the Bowlus EasyHitch, you'll be on your way in under 60 seconds. The Rivet has a compact floor plan, but you'll still enjoy incredible upgraded finishes, a large separate bedroom with a king bed, a luxury ensuite bathroom, and spacious living room and kitchen. This Bowlus has options that include the propane tank, the awning, and the smart television, which is inside. So we'll do just some standard specs to get started. This has an exterior length of 25 feet 3 inches, interior height of 6'4", hitch weight of 300 pounds, base weight of 2,800 pounds, GVWR, like I mentioned, 3,500 pounds, and that really opens up the tow vehicles that you can tow with even more. Tesla Y, Ford Bronco, many of the Jeep, some of the Subaru configurations, so really changes what types of tow vehicles that you can tow with, which means net carrying capacity is 700 pounds, freshwater capacity 19 gallons, gray water capacity 21 gallons. We use a cassette toilet system, 4.5 gallons, which I'll dive more into as we do our tour, vented air conditioner, hydronic heating system, and a 3.1 cubic foot refrigerator. So we'll get started on the outside and then we'll work our way inside. So first of all, before we get started, let's mention that the aluminum on this Bowlus is unique. It is 2024 T3 all-clad aluminum, which is the strongest aluminum there is, and it's what aircraft is built out of. We also use aircraft-grade rivets, which you can see here. And those are also incredibly strong. You have that full monocoque design, meaning all of the systems are contained inside the shell. And I'll just pan under here so that you can appreciate and see that. The aluminum goes all the way under. This solves many RV issues. So first of all your wiring is contained inside. Your water systems are contained inside, which means you can do 4-season camping. There's no spot for vermin to get in, a very traditional RV issue. So the Bowlus takes a lot of those things that have been issues with traditional RVs and fixes them from the beginning of the design. And that's, the whole part of how we design the Bowlus. Lightweight, aerodynamic. You won't find a big air conditioner on top either. And that's, again, aerodynamic reasons. There's still AC inside, don't worry. But we want it to be incredibly aerodynamic. The Bowlus is the same width as your tow vehicle, so that's 80 inches, which means you don't need extension mirrors except in the few states that legally require them. And you also, anywhere your tow vehicle can go, your Bowlus can largely go. And so you're not worried about smaller lanes, construction zones. We've even had customers able to take these through drive-throughs, doing U-turns on a 2-lane road. Certainly, it really changes the way that you drive with an RV. So let's get started from the front, actually. So we've got that optional propane hitch here, and the only appliance that runs inside the Bowlus is the heating system, that hydronic heating system I talked about. And a little bit on that hydronic heating system while we're there. That pumps hot glycol through the inside of the Bowlus, keeping it incredibly warm. It's a Swedish system that's meant for winter camping and one we've been using for many years since the start of the modern reincarnation of Bowlus. Incredible for 4-season camping, but also incredible if you plan on doing any sort of desert camping, any camping where you might not be expecting necessarily that temperature to go down. It's also incredibly efficient. It can run off of electricity, or it can run off of propane, so you have that flexibility of how you want to run it. You'll see that jockey wheel on the front. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll probably see me wheeling a Bowlus around the showroom and showing you just how easy it is. And that's possible because of that jockey wheel and because of that low hitch weight. You'll also see just how simplified the hitching setup is, and that's why you can hitch in under 60 seconds. And so you don't need weight equalization hitches. You simply need that obviously a tow vehicle that's capable of towing, that 3,500-pound GVWR, 2-inch ball, safety cable chains, a 7-pin, and there's a breakaway cable as well. Touched on that propane tank. For additional clearance, this step can be flipped up by releasing 2 cotter pins. You'll see step light right there. Grab handle at the top, right there. Front door, and we use commercial grade locks here on the Bowlus, so no flimsy RV locks like you'll see on most other RVs and travel trailers. And then we have that step-in frame design. So if you haven't checked it out already, I'd highly recommend you check out our factory tour to really understand why a Bowlus is built differently and why that provides the type of performance that you're looking for in an RV. But we have that step-in frame, so the trailer is actually larger inside than it looks outside. And you've got a 6'4" height inside as well. So we've talked about the rivets. We'll go around the features on the inside and then we'll go inside. So the Bowlus has 4 stabilization jacks that look like this. And there's a crank provided for those. They are manual. Outdoor storage hatch that is lockable. And you can see just how deep it is. So we've got our awning there. That is an option in this unit. 2 chocks, electrical cable, and 30 amp to 15 amp adapter. I'll go over the power system inside the Bowlus once we get around to the power side. We've got that 3-inch lift. We have a Bowlus over here that doesn't have the lift, so you can kind of see and doesn't have all-terrain tires, so you can see that difference right here and how it looks like. No fender skirts as well on the lifted and all-terrain tires. We use a Dexter Torflex axle. Torflex axles are the best type of axles you can use in the RV industry. Emergency exit here. Cassette toilet system here. So we very purposely selected a cassette toilet system. We don't have a black water tank. This means that you can dump your cassette toilet into any toilet or porta potty. You don't need to go to a dump station. And of course, this is a huge advantage because first of all, you're not spending your time looking for one, but you also don't have that sort of nasty gear like stinky slinkies, macerators, all of those things that if you're considering your first RV or if you own an RV, you might know a little too much about. But that cassette toilet can be dumped into any toilet, any porta potty, sewer clean out, or of course, dump station as well if you were at a campground and wanted to do that. And a few other videos of me demoing this, but I'll just do a quick one. It is lockable here as well. Cassette simply slides out and you would use this to dump it into a toilet. And feel free to check out my other videos if you want a full demo on that. As we go up, you'll see that we have an awning rail on either side, and that awning can go on either side of the Bowlus, which is incredibly unique. We've got drip rails over all the windows. Windows are polycarbonate, very lightweight, brass screens as well. And then I will get back a little bit so I can show you Aero Solar on the roof. There is 400 watts of Aero Solar in this Bowlus Rivet. and a little bit on solar generation. So 400 watts of solar is more than sufficient to regen what we consider daily use on a sunny day, of course. But that's talking about powering computers, laptops, any of the lights, refrigerators, monitoring panels, that type of thing. Now, if you do want to run the air conditioner, that is possible to run off the batteries, but solar will never be able to make up the type of power that air conditioner use will take. And so that's why we have those large batteries, those 8 kilowatt hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries, to be able to run that air conditioner for an extended period of time. And then, of course, you could always either plug in to 15 amp or 30 amp. The air conditioner can run only on 15 amp, very unique for an RV. Most air conditioners need 30 amp to run. So just standard household outlet, you could plug into kind of like we have over here. So we've got an adapter to plug that 30 amp cord into 15 amp. And then you can run the air conditioner just off of 15 amps. So a lot of flexibility there, or off of the batteries for, of course, more limited periods of time. LED taillights. My favorite view of the Bowlus, the tail, so you can really appreciate that teardrop aerodynamic design. Freshwater connection for filling the freshwater tank. Pops out like that and twists. You've got license plate screws and license plate light right here. City water connection for when you are at a campsite or at friends and family's property and want to keep tapped into that water supply. Those stabilization jacks, like I mentioned before, in the rear. And then we move over to the power. So that's that 30 amp cord plugged into the 30 amp here, shore power. And that's plugged into the Bowlus and running all the systems. And right now we're using that adapter because we're only on 15 amp. You've got the two solar panel inputs next to it as well. So you could add even more solar if you wanted to have both, obviously the aero solar on the roof and additional solar. Up to 240 watts of additional solar could be used, so a total of 640 watts of solar. And then as we run along this side, nothing else unique on this side other than, again, we've got that awning rail, like I mentioned, is on both sides. This is a drip hole for the window. You'll see that on the corners of windows in the Bowlus. Another one there. Marker lights, and then this side of the front door that I don't think we've showed this view of before. Okay, and let's head inside now. So as we head inside, we first see the kitchen. So we've got all stainless steel countertops, really fantastic sink. This faucet also extends outside to rinse off feed or animals, anything else like that you might want to do. All of the outlets are live all the time off the battery, and so that means it's easy to plug in a blender, an espresso machine, any other favorite kitchen appliances. Microwave. Lots of kitchen storage, so certainly something people always wonder about, but all of these drawers are incredibly deep, showing my hand in it just for perspective. And all the drawers are hard pull soft close, so you won't have them dumping out while you're in transit. Another one down here that's got the customer box, which has manuals, cranks, other important features. And then as I flip around here, you have fantastic storage here. Perfect for a garbage can down there. And then over on this side too, even more storage. This small switch is for the porch light outside. Then you've got the induction cooktop. That switches to turn it on. 2-burner induction cooktop here. Turn it off. And then we've got the 3.1 cubic foot fridge with freezer down below. I'll just go over here so I can give you a really great view. Both the door and the freezer up at the top. And then we'll move into the living room. So you've got couch on one side, dinette on the other side. Both of these can both convert into beds. And to do that, you would simply remove the back cushion on this side. And on this side, table is removable. There's an insert that goes between these two cushions, and then you'd push them together with the back cushion. You'll notice that none of our storage is up above, and that is on purpose. We want to have a low center of gravity because that translates to great handling. And so you'll find your storage down below. Really big drawers, again, my hand, just for reference. All hard pull, soft close. You've got 3 on the couch side, 2 on the dinette side, which I'll flip around and show you. You'll also notice the really beautiful amount of natural light that's coming in, but all of them have those blackout curtains, so you're able to roll those down and really have incredible privacy. Brass screens on all of the windows, and all of these windows slide open as well. Flipping around, we've got a vent for the air conditioner, which I'll talk about soon. Smart TV option that I was talking about before, which is an option in this Bowlus Rivet. And dinette. Just opening one of these windows to show you what it's like. Sliding polycarbonate, beautiful brass screen. 2 drawers on this side. All of these 5 drawers are the same size in the living room. And the dinette table also makes a perfect workstation. Fits 2 17-inch laptops. Monitor if you wanted to use that as well, which is fantastic. And then you've got power source down below, so 110 volt and USB and USB-C. Distribution box in the middle right there, and then 12 volt fuse box. So everything is easily accessible. Now is a great time for us to talk about the ceiling vents. So ceiling vents are all made by us, and the Bowlus is over 70% made by us in-house. Again, really different from RV. Most RVs purchase all of their components from subcomponent manufacturers and assemble them together. Bowlus doesn't do that, and a huge reason for that is the quality. And so you'll find quality that you could usually only find in the marine world, in the private aviation world, inside a Bowlus. Very different quality, and that's because of the amount that we build ourselves. And if you haven't seen it already, I certainly recommend checking out our factory tour video where I dive even more into that. So the vent here just closes and opens with that beautiful brass screen as well. And then in the Bowlus Rivet, you have the LED lighting throughout on the ceiling, switches down below to turn it on, off, and as well as dim. Each room is on an individual switch. And those are the 2 switches for this room, and then obviously other switches on the wall. So now I'm going to do the bathroom. And, before we go in there, these 2 doors swing open to create privacy in the center aisle. And what I love about this floor plan is that it means that you're never taking up space when the bathroom's not in use. But then when the doors are open, you have a fantastically large bathroom. Again, really unique for an RV. This also creates really incredible privacy from the bedroom to the living room. So if you have kids or friends sleeping out here, definitely creates a very, 2 insulated doors in between the bedroom and the living room. Also fantastic if one person gets up before the other or stays up late. All of those things are easily solved with this door system. So I'm going to enter the bathroom now and close that door behind me. And let's jump into the shower first. So in the shower, you have that seat. It is a standing shower for anyone, who is about my height, but for anyone tall, you're probably going to need to sit. I like to think of it as a sauna shower. And so I'm just going to show you how much room there is here by sitting down and showing you where my knees are. And so, obviously much more room if I was taller, to have even more space in the shower. And then we've got the shower up there. And then this is storage for clothes hanging, which I'm going to demo in a second for you. And so it's a way when you're not using it. And obviously when you would use the shower, you'd want to remove those items that you have hanging. But otherwise, this creates a really large hanging bar for you in the shower. And then folds down when not in use as well. And I am doing this with my left hand, so apologies for, not showing you as fast as I usually would be. So now I'm sitting obviously on that shower seat, perfect angle to show off the toilet, cassette toilet, like I mentioned, emergency exit behind it as well, toilet paper holder on the door. If I spin over here, you've got our vanity as well, storage down below. That is where the air conditioner intake is located. The cold air vents are throughout. So one in the living room I showed you next to the television. You've got one in the bathroom as well, right here. And there's one in the bedroom too, which I'll just show you right now that I'm talking about it. Up there. So you have cold air being vented throughout. Over here with the vanity, so obviously sink, charging, perfect for hair appliance or hair. Oh my gosh, sorry, hair dryers or any other heating devices that you might want. I'm gonna close that door behind me so I can give you a good view. More storage in the vanity. 2 levels. Magnetic close, really great lighting as well. So we've got that lighting up above, great vanity. Vanity light switch, water pump switch over here. Battery systems have a fantastic touch screen panel, which really helps understand what your battery power is at, what you're using, what your solar absorption is, what you're getting from shore, if applicable. Also, on the other screen will give you, how much time you have at current consumption, fresh and gray water statuses. So fantastic panel for all of that. You then have down below the air conditioner panel, vented to all 3 rooms. Also has a dehumidifying mode in case you're in a humid climate, as well as fan mode. This is the panel for the glycol heating system, able to set interior temperatures. This also does the hot water. Inverter charger panel, so that's able to help you decide how you want to use power, if you're charging, if you're inverting, and what you want that current to be as well. On-off switch, and then you've got vents throughout, so 4 vents and LED lighting throughout. And now I'm going to show you the bedroom. We'll start from the bottom. There's really large amount of storage under this king bed. And then I come up and I have that king bed here. 6'7" in length, king bed in width. I've got one window shade closed just to show you. Both of these windows slide open. These 2 are fixed in the back that you see the wood blinds in. That's the window shade open. Reading lights here as well. There is also a USB underneath, on and off there. And then the fan you see at the foot of the bed is actually a booster fan for the heating system. And next to it, that little black circle on the right is USB-C charging. And the air vent or air bleed valve at the back is for the Alda heating system. Really comfortable memory foam beds in that king size. So that just about concludes our tour. Like I said, this is a 2025 dealer demo Rivet. 3,500 pounds, incredibly rugged, incredibly lightweight, perfect for those adventures. Sleeps 4. If you have any questions, please contact our sales department, which you can do by going to bowlus.com and clicking the Contact Us button. You can also give us a call or reach us at sales@bowlus.com. We'd love to hear from you and look forward to answering your questions. We can offer you in-person tours right here at Bowlus of Santa Barbara in California, and also offer virtual tours if you're a little further away from us. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.